Hi all, thanks for joining me today. I'm happy you're here to practice with me. We're going to be working on making some happy hips today. So we'll be working on strength and flexibility and especially stability, functional movement for your hips in this yoga practice. I'd like you to consider your breath as you practice because it will really help stabilize your back as we work with the hips. We're going to be using the Krama Pranayama, where we inhale into the rib cage, then into the belly, pull the belly in to move your breath out. So go ahead and give that a try and see if you can keep that moving through our practice today. Inhale into the rib cage, then the belly, pull your belly in, let the breath out. Inhaling into the rib cage, then the belly, pulling the belly in to move your breath out. That's it. We're going to start with a little bit of vinyasa, a little bit of flow today. We're going to do a little samastiti to Ardha Utkatasana, Utkatasana to Uttanasana, back to samastiti. Those are really fun to say, but here's what it actually looks like. Feet about hip width apart, arms overhead, this is samastiti. As you exhale, so pulling your belly in, weight into your heels, bend the knees, thighs towards parallel with the floor, and lay your torso on your legs. As you inhale into the rib cage, and then into your belly, lift the chest, point your tail down as the torso comes up. As you exhale, once again, fold forward, belly to thighs, press your legs towards straight, but keep the belly on the thighs. As you inhale, open your arms flat back, slightly bent knees until you come all the way up. So do it with me, exhaling to fold forward, bending the knees. Inhaling, arms wide, torso up, tail down, Utkatasana. Exhaling to fold, legs coming towards straight, Uttanasana. Inhaling, flat back, wide arms all the way up to Samastiti. Exhale to fold, belly to thighs, knees bend, Ardha Utkatasana. Inhaling, legs stay where they are as you lift the torso. Exhaling to fold forward, legs a little straighter. Inhaling, flat back, use the back of your legs to bring you all the way up. And let's do that one more time. When you make it all the way up, take one more time to fold all the way forward and come on down to your knees. And come into a little Anjaneyasana variation. So take your right foot forward, wiggle that foot further forward than your knee. Arms by your sides, hips stay squared straight ahead. As you inhale, take your arms forward and up, hips forward and down. As you exhale, belly pulling in, come all the way back to where you started. So as we inhale, we're looking for a little stretch. As we exhale, we're looking for strength and stability. One more time like this. And then we're going to switch our legs. Left foot forward, arms overhead. Exhaling, inhaling, let's do that. Exhale all the way back to where you started. Sometimes even yoga teachers get a little mixed up. Inhaling, hips forward, arms up. Exhaling, belly in, coming back to where you started. And do that 2 more times. Looking for stretch on the inhale, strength and stability on the exhale. When you make it back to your start, come together on your knees, and then we're actually going to lie all the way down on our side. So as you lie down on your side, support your head however you want, your hand, your pillow, whatever feels good. You're going to bring your heels in line with your hips. So your knees are going to be bent here, and your feet are going to stay together. Bring your hand to the top of your hip, not so much on the hip bone, but on the pelvis itself, so up towards your waist, because we don't want the pelvis to move. If the pelvis moves, this next move becomes a low back action. We want this to be actually a hip action. We're going to do some plans. So as you inhale, lift your top knee as far as it will go. As you exhale, lower it down. Now, as far as it goes, it means as far as it goes without your hips rolling back. And we're going to do that one more time. Working on that external rotation. Now we're going to work on internal rotation. So knees stay together. Inhale, lift your foot. Exhale it down. Again, the pelvis doesn't move, just the leg. Feeling that femur head rotate in the hip socket. And when that leg comes down, we're going to go ahead and try that on the other side. So go ahead and roll yourself over. And again, you want your heels to be in line with your hips. Hand on the pelvis to make sure that that doesn't move. Feet stay together. Inhale and lift the knee as high as it goes. Exhale it down. Inhaling to lift. Exhaling it down. One more time. And with your knees now together, we're going to lift the foot. Inhaling to lift the foot. Exhaling it down. And can you feel that in your hip? It's a good thing. When you bring that foot down this time, go ahead and press yourself back up onto your knees. We're going to do another version of Anjaneyasana. So take your right foot forward, right hand on that right knee. As you inhale this time, hips are still going to come forward and down. The left arm will rise, but let your hips come askew. So the hips will turn a little bit to the side. You'll know which side because it's the easy side. As you inhale, hips come forward, left arm raises up. As you exhale, coming back to where you started. So we're still looking for stretch as we inhale, slightly different location than last time. As we exhale, strength and stability. One more time. And then we'll try that 3 times on the other side. Left foot forward, left hand on the knee. As you inhale, hips come down and a little askew, right arm up, exhaling back to where you started. So that first time you felt the stretch a little bit more in the front of the thighs. Now we're starting to get into the deeper hip flexors in the lower belly, and maybe even into your adductors, your inner thighs. For that third time, we're going to stand up. So when you stand up, take your feet nice and wide apart, and then turn your right toes out to the side. Turn your left toes in a little bit. We're going to bring our hands to our hips. I'm going to think about bringing your hands right to that place where the leg bone meets your pelvis, so really hip socket area. And we're going to pay attention to this back foot, so that's your left foot. And ground it down and see if you can strengthen underneath that back hand. Keep that strength, and as you exhale, fold over the front leg. As you inhale, see if you can strengthen under that back hand a little bit more and use those muscles to help bring you all the way back up. So it's all about action and strength and contraction under that back hand. Inhaling, keep the contraction, feel a little stretch. Exhaling, come back up. And if you switch your breath, that's okay. You get something a little different either way. Good. And now let's try the other side. Left toes turn towards the back of your mat, right toes turn in a little bit. Now your focus is on the muscles underneath that right hand. As you inhale, fold. As you exhale, come back up. Contracting under that right hand, even as you fold, and if you exhale down, that's cool. And contracting more to come up. One more time. If you can't quite find the contraction, just imagine it, and eventually imagination will become reality. Good. One of the ways that we make our hips a happier place is by developing that mind-hip connection. So truly use your imagination. Eventually it will become reality. You don't feel it immediately, that's okay. Trust that it's working, and you'll build those communication lines. We're going to come down onto our bellies next for a little bit of Vipassana. Taking our forearms to the floor. You want your elbows behind your shoulders so that we're not coming into a huge back bend here, just a little back bend. Pelvis presses down. And here's where we're going to go with this. Again, imagination totally counts. As you inhale, lift, lengthen, open your legs. As you exhale, bring your legs together, lower them down, lower your torso down. Take a breath because this is surprisingly challenging. Then lift the chest forward and up, pelvis presses down. Inhale to lift, lengthen, open your legs. Exhaling, bring the legs together. Lower all the way down. Take a breath and rest, and we'll do that just one more time. We're helping to make the hip rotators deep in our bottom more equally strong, more equally flexible. One side's tighter than the other, everything gets a little confused in there. So one more time, chest forward and up, pelvis down. Inhale, lengthen, lift, open your legs. Let's hold it for one more breath here. Then with your next exhale, close your legs and lower all the way down. And something people are always happy to hear in a yoga class, roll onto your back. And we're going to come into a variation of Supta Padangusthasana, which is one of my favorite Sanskrit words to say. All it means is it's a reclining toe holding posture. But we're not going to do it holding the toes today. We're going to do it toe hold free so that we build more strength and stability into the legs. So draw your knees towards your chest, arms by your sides. When you next inhale, reach your soles towards the sky, arms up and then by your ears. As you exhale, fold everything back in. So as we inhale, we want to think about it as a stretch, even though we're developing strength too. As we exhale, think about it as a relaxation. One more time. And this time, when everything comes in, place your feet on the floor, keep your arms by your sides, and tuck your shoulder blades a little closer to your spine. Keep your feet hip width or a little bit wider apart. And as you inhale, press into the feet, lift the hips, press your chest towards your chin. As you exhale, roll all the way down, bottom touching down last. Divipada Pitam, pressing into the feet, strong legs, open the front of the hips and the lower belly. Exhale down. One more time. When you've made it down this time, lift your feet off the floor, place your hands on your kneecaps. Relax your legs. Let your arms do the work as you begin to take your legs in a big circle. Just massaging the back of the hips, massaging all those sacral attachments, the upper glutes. Reverse your direction to make sure you get all those nooks and crannies. Let your body move into any other poses that would feel really good for you. Eventually, let those movements bring you into Shavasana. You stretch your legs out, let your arms relax out. And this is where the real work begins. We let our bodies lie in a neutral place. We let our minds drift. And we allow for all the potential for healing that our body holds inside. Letting it do its own work. Knowing that we don't have to be really consciously, actively involved. Taking care of ourselves. I encourage you to spend more time than you think you need to or think you can here. Usually that first urge we have to get up, we don't really need to get up. It's just that feeling that we should be doing something. Remember, you are doing something. You're resting, you're integrating, you're healing. So wait longer. And if you drift off, that's okay. Enjoy your Shavasana. You've done good work today. Thank you for practicing with me. I so